Bum 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum. A little footnote to my recent art projects with zinc. So I took a walk, just my typical afternoon walk, and for the first time in a long time, I actually bent down to pick up a penny, and it's a zinc one actually. And as you guys can imagine, what I'm going to do with it, and I haven't picked up change from the street for a long. I'm normally just not tuned into it. I'm busy thinking about computer games or something like that. But lately, I mean, I have enough pennies to melt. It's not like I need to pick up 1 or 2 cents. But the idea of turning rusty change, badly corroded change, into something that could sit on somebody's shelf for the rest of eternity just looks really appealing to me, right? And it's just a nice, warm, fuzzy feeling to pick up a zinc penny that, had I not picked it up, might have just corroded away and turned it into something useful. I don't know. It just gave me a nice, warm, fuzzy feeling. Now, when I was a kid, I had a big problem with picking up loose change, and my parents got very upset at me. I think I was 11 years old. Payphones were still in vogue, and I used to love to check the coin return slot of payphones for money, and then I would just save up the money for no particular reason. I mean, I come from a well-to-do family. It's not like I needed loose change to buy snacks or buy my favorite toy or whatever the situation is. No, my family took care of that. I was just greedy, and I liked the idea of hoarding money. I always did, for some reason. And my dad was very upset. And I remember he tried to make an agreement with me that if I stopped doing that, he would make up for that by adding something to my allowance or something like that. No, I think I'm having a good time checking the coin return slots. The truth is, I probably also had a little bit of endorphins from this random reward that I'm getting, right? It's like almost like somebody who pulls a slot machine and occasionally gets a reward, right? I probably had that feeling as well, if I had to describe it. I was 16 years old when my family and I took a trip to Toronto. My cousin was studying there. We lived in Pittsburgh. It was an 8-hour drive away. One day we're getting ready to go to lunch. You got to remember, in Canada, it's hard to find a public restroom. You know, the people are shy about allowing you to use their restroom. As we were walking to the restaurant, I see a penny laying in the next to the sidewalk, and I thought to myself, I gotta see it. I had just started collecting coins not that long ago. I gotta see if that's a rare penny. Maybe it might be worth a couple $1 million. And if it is, I could drop out of school and go out in the blaze of glory. At the time, I was really struggling with some requirement courses I had to take for college. I'm a math major, but I had to take some courses on history, on humanities, and I was really struggling. And I started to daydream, if I find a penny worth $3 million, oh, fuck school. You know, and I also didn't always get along with all of my classmates. Go to pick up the penny, it's worth 1 cent. And now my hands are dirty. We're just about to go eat, and I had to go. My parents were very upset because I had to go look for somewhere to wash my hands. And the following day, as we're walking to a different restaurant, but down the same road into town, I was laughing with my dad about how stupid yesterday. I got to the same spot in the sidewalk. Oh, how stupid I was yesterday picking up that penny. And my dad and I looked at that spot. Wouldn't you believe it? There's another penny there. And my dad says, don't you dare. But I started to think about how nice it would be to drop that history course, and I couldn't resist. And I picked up the penny. Sure enough, it's worth 1 cent. My dad is so upset right now. He's screaming at me. My cousin is giving me a funny look about the commotion we're causing. And That's nowadays. I don't need one or two extra pennies. I mean, I'm buying $200 worth of pennies every week just to make art, but I hate to see pennies just waste away when they could be made into beautiful stuff now, right, these days. So, the different kind of mentality than I had when I was 16 years old, I want to say. This is the Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum.